The swinging 60s, a golden era of Kiwi pop. Local artists dominated the charts, and one TV show reigned supreme.
Everybody there had a happy celebration. Music loud and strong on your television station. Dancing made a toast, it will never stop. With music coast to coast, we gotta stay on top. Hey, come on, come on, come on, come on. Woo! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, come on, come on.
We'll all meet here at 9 o'clock next Saturday. We're going to do Come On 99.
30 years on, 5 old friends are putting the Come On show back on the road. In the 60s, they were all household names. Ray Columbus, once New Zealand's biggest pop star, is now a grandfather and still a mover and shaker in the entertainment industry. He's never stopped touring.
I find if I'm home for too long, I start going a bit spare. I'm used to being away. I'm used to actually going out and doing something. And it keeps me fitter and healthier and everything.
Larry Morris's checkered career started with the Rebels, took him to America and then back home again. But he's still going strong 3 or 4 nights a week.
I work as much as any singer that I know among my peers. In fact, if the truth be known, I work a bit more than most of them because I have a band that I work with all the time.
Heartthrob Shane Hales had a string of hits in the 60s. Now he's got a day job, his own tiling business. But he still sings part-time.
With a view. I honestly never thought I'd be doing it at this age. I thought that I'd be retired at 40, a millionaire and all the rest of it, like most of us want to be. And now I don't know, because it just goes on and on.
Suzanne Lynch of the Chicks enjoys a high-flying lifestyle thanks to a very successful career in the music industry.
I love studio work, and I'm also doing a lot of live shows and a lot just with a band on my own and work with a keyboard player, doing jazz standards as well, so just a lot of singing.
Her sister Judy retired from full-time singing early, but she married a musician, Ross Hindman of The Rumour. She was working in her husband's pharmacy when her colleagues convinced her to make a comeback.
No, I thought it was wonderful. Of course I'd be there, with bells on.
Imagine me and you, I do.
The plan was to kick off the Come On 68 revival with 2 shows in Auckland. But after 30 years, would the stars still have what it takes? And would anyone care?
I think it'll be exciting. I'm not really nervous about it. I think it'll be very interesting to see how many people sort of remember.
We've got a lot of fans out there, and I guess the people that follow the Come On show will come along. I'm quite certain of it. I feel confident about it. Mainly because there is such a demand for the music that we do. It's good time music, party music, and it holds a lot of memories for our age group.
The first 2 shows proved Shane right.
I could not believe the reaction. They were screaming, and it was as if time had stood still. We were all out there doing our thing. I felt no different than I did in 1968.
It was just like walking back into shoes that you'd left last night or yesterday. It was very strange.
The show gave them the chance to dust off their old hits, including the odd novelty song that had done well back in '68.
We all loved it. So, we got to do more of this.
And it sort of grew from that. We did a couple of successful nights at the Sky City Theatre, and then Ray and Larry and Shane and I had a bit of a yarn and decided, hey, we'll take this on the road and see what happens.
So in late '98, the show hit the road.
I had no idea myself that when we were doing the Sky City 2 nights there, that it would actually evolve into a tour of other places. Unless everyone else knew and they forgot to tell me, I don't know, but probably just going to see how it went. But I was quite thrilled and delighted to think that we were going to be doing the same show again in a few more places.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Got a lot of fan mail about this shirt. It's a one-off, obviously, with the big Spanish sleeves. And so the fan club decided to give it away. This lady won it, and she kept it for 30 years. And she sent it to me and thanked me. She didn't need it anymore, but she kept it in pristine condition. It was absolutely, you know, not a thing wrong with it. Now we're wearing it in the Come On 68 show, and it still fits.
It's been neat for us to get back together and do something like this on the road together.
You too.
Larry, Shane, Suzanne and I and Judy, this is the first time we've done something together since the 1960s.
It'd definitely be a lot easier than it was then, because we were on the road in a bus for 6 weeks at a time and there were no breaks. We were lucky to get a day off occasionally. This is just at the weekends when we do things like this, so we all do our normal jobs and whatever else we're doing during the week and go down and do it on Saturday, come home on Sunday, and it's not really stressful at all.
It's just a perfect cast because we're all friends, we all get on really well, we all respect each other, and there's a lot of history there.
Everyone who's been to the show has absolutely enjoyed it, loved it, and it's great for us.
Obviously, we all have fond memories of it, and it takes us back, and we are reliving our youth, maybe.
Feeling confident after 3 more gigs, the Stars are booked into Napier for their first show of '99.
I believe it's a show that has a lot to offer. I mean, God, it's 30 years down the track now since all those songs were being heard on the radio, and they're still being heard on the radio, and they're still getting great response.
But will that response put bums on seats?
Bay City Radio with Richard Martin, and if you're looking to have a bit of a cool night tonight, you're out of luck because all the cool people are not going to be here. The Come On 68 show featuring Ray Columbus, the Chicks, Larry Morris, Shane, and all their Go-Go Girl dancers. It's been cancelled, so Fred, you're just going to have to find something else to do tonight.
Poor ticket sales over the holiday period have meant the Napier show can't go on. For Come On 68, the trip down memory lane is going to be a bumpy one.
I was really devastated when I heard the news that the show wasn't coming. I'd been looking forward to it. I'd seen it at the Sky Tower, and I'd told a lot of my friends.
Hi, Ray, David Stone speaking. How are you? It's the first concert in my life I've had to cancel, you know.
Hi! I just bought these tickets to the Come On show that's cancelled tonight. Can I just get my refund, please?
And it was like financial suicide to drive down and commit everyone and lose a bundle of money. So, much to my disgust, we had to pull the plug.
It's $140, thank you. Thank you.
After the shock of the cancellation at Napier, the Come On 68 stars are hoping for better things at their next show, Thames. Only trouble is, it's outdoors.
It's taken us all year to plan this, and in the last 2 months it's been so fine. And then now look at this, it's just dumped on us just now.
Thames is dead.
In the rain. We open in another couple of hours, and so we'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens.
In spite of the weather forecast, the fans are also hoping for the best.
I came today because I wanted to recap on some of the memories that I had from the 1960s, 1968, 69.
I looked into the sky, everything was high.
Shane was definitely my favourite. I think he was just about everybody's favourite. And we used to drive to radio stations mad, ringing up, requesting St. Paul, St. Paul, St. Paul.
I was free. Did I hear you call, or was I dreaming then, St. Paul?
Everybody turned to me and said, it's not going to be a hit, mate. It's too disjointed. It's too contemporary. It's just not poppy. It's not a pop song, you know. But it had such a beautiful melody.
While you and Sergeant Pepper saw the writing on the wall, you say.
I can remember the vibe when we actually recorded that song. We were shaking at the end of the session because we were so excited with what we actually achieved on the record at the time.
It's a fool who plays it a cool. If tomorrow comes, you'll all hear St. Paul say.
There was 12 hit singles in that era for me up until 1970, 71. I guess St. Paul was the strongest of them all. I'm still remembered for that, and that's the song that I still perform.
Back at Thames, the weather's showing no sign of improvement.
And my hairpiece gets blown off.
You're still going to wear your Tarzan outfit and stuff.
Yes, I'll still wear my Tarzan outfit, my goosebumps and all.
Jane.
So there's no motor, because Larry thought he might still get a motorbike up a ramp.
Up a ramp.
What are we going to say then, right?
She's a mom.
When Ray Columbus had his first hit with She's a Mod, it was just at that age that I was, that you were trying to impress people, boyfriends, and you'd come out of school and you were working, and, you know, it was the 60s.
We had a mod image, and I created the Mod's Nod dance, which is this, to get rid of the surf stomp, because the surf stomp was the big dance craze of Australia, and it was Neanderthal. People just stomped their feet, you know. You can do the hitchhiker, you can do these things. So I taught them the Mod's Nod, and then started telling them, then now shake your hair around, you know.
I think he really has done a lot for New Zealand music, and I think he should be very proud of that.
The 60s was the greatest era of music, great songs, great lyrics, great melodies, great chords, and usually little gems of 2 to 3 minutes. They'll live on forever.
And still, the die-hard fans roll into Thames.
Well, we heard that these talented people were on. They're in our era. We're not the mouldy oldies yet. Just been recently been married, but I love the chicks.
I love you, Timothy. I love you, Timothy. I love you, Timothy. You're just a guy for me.
Everyone still requests I Love You, Timothy.
Well, I think the Chicks probably were my favourites. I had quite a lot of time for Suzanne, and in those days I also had the long hair, and I used to wear the knee-high white boots.
The image was so important. Boots, the tight pants and the long sweaters. Because we're quite small, the sweaters automatically came down long, and suddenly we had this image.
Don't hide the truth from me, Timothy. Fancy free, be good to me, Timothy.
I really enjoyed their music, and I think they were great for females in New Zealand too, because they sort of gave out a real good shine.
I met a lady in the street one day who said to me, when they took you off television, it was like someone had removed part of my lounge furniture. And I always thought, I tried to figure out if that was a compliment or not. I think she meant it as a compliment.
Be good to me, Timothy.
Back at the park, it's decision time.
I reckon the people, they won't come.
I wouldn't come.
No, it's too wet to bring families. We're closing. We're postponing.
They're postponing for 2 weeks on account of the weather. The forecast from the meteorological service is for thunderstorms and lightning, and they just don't want to run the risk. So I've had a discussion with them, and we'll have a business meeting about it ourselves later in private.
And then there's the band to be told.
I've told them that we'll just go home and take it on the chin. Unless anyone's got a problem with that, they need to talk to me about that, and maybe off camera.
Switch the camera off.
I sort of have given them the impression that we're quite happy to come back because we feel sorry for them, and it's just bad luck, you know. But, you know, of course, if everyone feels that we should be provided with gas money, I'll add it to the production costs.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Do you?
That's not a big ask.
Yeah, okay.
You know, they entered into a contract with us.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. They've got to honour it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we won't be back.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you've made the right decision when you listen to this. I mean, God, it's so bloody disappointing. So disappointing.
Let's think of something we can talk about. Let's think of something we might say.
It was just a wonderful time, a wonderful era. It was just a great feeling of joy and a feeling of freedom, I don't know, as a youth. And doing this show sort of brings that back to you.
Just a day. Look up, my young friend, I feel like coming yesterday.
30 years, it's quite a long time, really. But those songs still stand up. I wouldn't sing them, quite frankly, if I didn't feel like they were still good songs, and they all are very good songs.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've come up from Cambridge to see the show. I'm a bit disappointed that the weather's knocked it out.
I hope to be back again in a fortnight's time, and hopefully Thames will turn on some better weather for us.
Any parties going?
It's raining, but rock and roll is, baby.
Hey, what a night this is for new discs, huh? Sandy Evans' new one, Mr. Lee Grant's new one, and a new one from guest artists on the show tonight, the two charming chicks.
The Come On TV series kicked off in late 1966 from the old NZBC studios in Auckland. The show would keep on swinging for the next 3 years.
Just the way it was. Look at this.
Exactly the same. Wow. It's got a staircase?
Stairway to
I
Heaven.
can't believe it.
Wow.
Wow. It's exactly as I remember it.
It was a reflection of its time, and it was right in tune with the time. It was fast, it was visually appealing.
A little too fast for some viewers, especially where the Go-Go Girls were concerned.
The dancers tended to create a bit of a stir with Mother of Five. She tended to get possibly a little upset. There's nothing wrong with it, it was just, it was not a show for the conservative.
You'd have your sort of normal sort of movement, which was just side to side, and then it was just a series of arm movements, or this way or that way, or the odd sort of double one. And I suppose it was sexually explicit, more so than had ever been before, really. Certainly wasn't the ballet I was used to.
Yeah, the energy of the Come On show was like nothing else. I mean, what do they call it? Estrogen in women, and what's the other one for men? But you know what I'm talking about. That was continually filling the air. If one could get stoned on that stuff, we would have all been zonked all the time.
There was no editing. What we did and what was captured, that was what went out live, and they were pretty darn good because they were so well rehearsed. There was nothing left to chance.
Be standing there in the wings, trying desperately to remember your miming and everything else, and you had about 5 seconds, didn't you, to run from back there, up the ramp, turn around and go, you know, like you've been there for hours waiting to do your piece.
Miss your cue, and you'd have producer Kevin Moore to answer to.
We called him God, and we were all terrified of him. He ruled with an iron fist, believe me. He was up in the control rooms. You just hear the voice boom down.
If you don't get that miming correct, your television career will come to a very quick end.
I don't think I ever heard Kevin go off unless he really felt that he needed to go off. And generally, someone was behaving like a galah. 9 times out of 10, it was either me or Shane. And,
thanks a lot.
The hard work paid off, especially for the show's regular artists.
The show created stars. There was no question about that.
It just took us all through the roof. It genuinely did turn us into pop stars. And we would get, you know, you'd go out in public and you could see the effect that television was having directly on one's career.
I caught a bus from Herne Bay on my way down into town to come on. These girls got on. I was the only other passenger. And suddenly the whole bus realised it was me. And they just mobbed me on this bus, pulled my hair, my shirt was going, and I was going. I mean, I literally ran from the bus with the shirt in shreds and thought, I'll never get a bus again.
But due to popular demand, the Come On artists were soon touring the country to even more hysteria.
The stage would be covered in women and they've been trying to rip your clothes off. And
which was quite frightening. That happened one night. We were doing a show in one of the sound shows, and I got dragged off stage and went straight underneath the crowd. And all I can remember was a massive feet and arms, and thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
3 decades on, life may seem slightly more sedate, but some things, like long hours on the road, never change. The show's returning to Thames, where the weather looks promising, but after the disappointment of last time, will anyone bother to show?
I should get your autograph again, hey? Seeing it's 30
Oh, it's on there,
years
is it?
old. Yeah.
It's a bit faded now.
At least one fan's returned as promised, with an original Come On 68 program.
Oh.
Yo, how about that? You haven't changed
That's
at
not-
all.
No, I haven't. No, I just look the same.
You do, you do.
That's me, as I was then. I write 99.
How about that?
The writing's changed a little bit.
It has, hasn't it? Just
I didn't give you as many kisses. Hang on.
Oh, do we have to have all the kisses? Yep.
Diane.
It's your pen, I think.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Just stand up and walk out on me.
When you work in a sports ground, that's why it's nice to have a motel like they gave us, just to relax in and veg out and make sure we're all shaven and teeth cleaned and stuff. Because, hey, if the great rugby players of the nation have lived like and worked like this, how can we complain?
It's just fabulous working with all these people who have been an inspiration to us.
All my heroes have become my friends, so all my dreams have come true in that extent for music, and we've all been friends for years as well as musicians, so it's really been quite a melting pot of talent.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
It's good to go back in time to the 60s, and my mother actually was a go-go dancer when she was my age, and she actually danced for Ray sometimes, so.
Steve's is wonderful. He did this to me one night in a nightclub when I was feeling particularly tense, and whenever he's with the band, he does it for me.
The normal format, this is what's happening, okay? Hello? Look at the normal format.
I'm just always happy when I do. Look, they'll dance better, they will, they will. All right, say hello. Sorry, girls.
Should we do that?
20's cool, eh?
Yeah, let's do that.
1 minute, guys.
Yeah.
The turnout's slightly smaller than expected, but at last the fans' patience is rewarded. The concert goes ahead on the back of a truck. With those hits and that shirt.
Lady Madonna, lying on the bed, listen to the music playing in your head. Do it, do it, do it. Everybody clap your hands, get loose.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Know you get to like it if you give it a chance now. Come on, baby,
Do the hand job one more time. Hand job, hand job, hand job. Do that crazy hand job. Okay, here we go. She's everybody's girl. She's everybody's dreamer. Everybody's girl. Do you know what I mean? Hey!
oh, I love you, my oh my. I say river deep, mountain high. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where have you been? Where you been? Where you been when I was needing you? Where you been? Where you been? The Chicks, Ray Columbus, and Shay.
Hi, how are you? Gee, we rock. We're on there. Oh, that's good.
These are my boys. This is Luke and this is John Henry. My boys.
The sun's shining.
Really good. Brought back a lot of memories. My hands are sore from clapping. My voice is just about gone from singing along.
This is when I really enjoy having a glass of something.
68, there's your program back,
Thank
my
you very
darling.
much. Thank
Okay.
you. Yes.
Wonderful. Slow starting. It's hard to get them going, you know, which it is outdoors, but no, fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I love working with these guys.
And it's the Musketeers.
It's the
One for one and one for all.
Yep.
60s.
Shag, the bus is downstairs, mate. You're a half an hour late. Shag? Yep. You coming now? Yep, just getting dressed, mate. Good on you, mate. He's coming. We're cool. It's only rock and roll, but I love it.
For the cast and crew of the Come On 68 show, those early morning starts don't get any easier.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure.
The nice thing about this tour, I've got to say, is we were allowed to sit together on the bus. We weren't allowed to sit together on other buses, so we got in too much strife.
Yeah. Created too much disharmony.
We didn't really have to do anything because Larry and Shane kept us totally amused the whole time watching
We watched
their
it all
antics.
and we had a good laugh.
I think he brought the devil out in me and I brought the devil out in him.
We had a groupie take all her clothes off and we broke into the promoter's room. We didn't know he was camp. And we asked her, would she go and squat on his face, which she did. Good girl. And to his horror, God, there was hell to pay that. Because we burst out laughing from under the bed. We couldn't control ourselves when we heard his guttural scream.
And there was the time, of course, that I pulled my curtains open in my motel room and there were, I think it was Shane or Larry, one of them running butt naked across the lawn, and I just went, ah, shut them again, so you have to ask them about them.
I don't know half of the antics I've been hearing today. I have not heard it before.
We
Must have done it after I was sound asleep.
And gateway to the south.
Cup of tea time.
They say real men don't eat quiche. I'm going to prove that wrong.
Does it look fat now? Would you like that heated up?
So make sure you film this because he never pays for anything else.
What are you talking about, you prick?
That's history.
It's been declined. You're right. I remember Huntley as the three-piece, petrol pies and a piss.
Hi.
Sayonara. And Huntley remembers them too.
Energy. We've lived here all our lives. We remember those girls, and one of them married a Ross from Huntley.
People feel they know you and they expect you to be like that all the time. But I think you've got to hold something in reserve.
Till we kissed, I never knew the years that I had wasted.
For each of the stars, fame has had its good and bad sides.
I found it was really starting to have an effect, particularly on my daughter. I saw her and my son one day at the beach deny a couple of times that I was their father. And I was watching, so I got a swimming pool very soon after and never took them to the beach again.
Won't you please tell me why this took so long?
I used to go to bed and my head would go around on the park. Like, wow, is this really happening to me?
All my life.
You know, is this really what you think about? Is this like Herman's Hermits and the Beatles? You know?
Till we touched, I never knew a touch was so revealing. And till we touched, I never knew what love could truly mean. But now I see.
We used to get proposals of marriage too,
Oh, we
didn't
did. What lovely things that when we had a birthday, you know, lovely presents. A couple of rag dolls and all sorts of things, chocolates. And...
This guy came to backstage and said, my girlfriend is really in love with you. I want you to sign your autograph. And I said, sure. So he said, come in. She came in to the dressing room. He said, bend over. And she bent over and he pulled her knickers down. And he said, sign that. And so I signed my autograph on her backside. We all had our flings and our good times in the 60s. It was the era of free love, remember? No one paid for it then. Paying for it ever since.
He would always say, I can't get engaged to you, I can't marry you. Oh, so many women, so little time.
That's
now
true.
I say, so many men, so few bullets.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first met him, told him I would never go back to New Zealand with him because if he's on stage singing and some woman went up to him and threw a phone number, I would deck her. You know, I would just have to knock him out or something, you know, which I wouldn't.
Thing to say.
In fact, Larry Morris never let me do anything on the tour because he was always, you know, because I was so young, telling me to lock my door and go to bed. You're not coming to the parties, you're far too young. I was
He's a
cramping,
real softie, really,
cramping their style.
The same rules didn't apply to Larry or Shane.
I haven't seen anyone with a drink on this bus since I've arrived.
No, you haven't.
And that has definitely changed thing. By now we would all be half pissed.
always...
Joint would have been passed around.
There was a lot of partying.
So that's the difference. The bus would never look this clean.
I never saw any drugs on those tours. Saw lots of booze, but I never actually literally saw any drugs or smelt any drugs. And the Come On tour was squeaky clean.
It was all there on a plate. I mean, it was incredible. The temptation and what was offered to you in the manner of sex, drugs, alcohol, partying up, all the important things in life were there, free and going. There was stacks of it.
Which didn't go unnoticed by the police.
There was a hysteria about pot, because we were getting stopped in our cars all the time and the ashtrays emptied, and I can remember one incident where they actually vacuumed the carpet of the house and got enough together in there to give the DSI a sample. I mean, for God's sake.
I think the police were probably looking to make an example of musicians. They tended to sort of focus on musicians and regard them as a sort of pack of druggies.
The worst was yet to come. In 1972, Larry was convicted of possession of LSD for supply. He was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison.
It's not insignificant to you when it happens, because it, you know, you go from the pedestal of success to the bottom of the pit.
Larry served 4 years. On the day of his release, he told the prison superintendent he'd never be back.
I've come through it. I've rebuilt my life. I'm a very, very happy man. My mum and dad are very happy. I really think that one needs to focus on the positives from a thing like that, and you can bounce back from adversity. You can bounce back from what was, for me, a very traumatic experience.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I would try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, I get by with a little help from my friends. All I need is my buddy. My friends, you know I'm gonna get high with a little help from my friends. You know it's all I need. What do I do when my love is away?
Does it worry you to be alone?
No, no. How do I feel at the end of the day?
Are you sad because you're on your own?
Well, I don't want to even say it no more. I need a little help from my friends. What I need is my buddy. You know I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends.
These old friends are singing better than ever, and the tour rolls on. Next stop, Wanganui.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Come on, Wanganui, let's have a celebration. Taking come on right across the nation.
The Come On 68ers rock into town for a night at the
Come
opera.
on, Wanganui, let the opera house rock. Come on, come on.
Hey!
Come on,
Bookings are steady, and this show's indoors. But after 8 hours on the road, the stars are tired and way behind schedule.
Theatres are always smaller than you remember them. It's the roadies when you need one.
We need a monitor here.
Columbus doesn't let us drink. He doesn't like us. It's not that he doesn't let us, because he's not really in charge of us. But
no drugs.
But no drugs or alcohol with
No
Ray.
fun.
So you'll see us sneaking a bottle of wine shortly before
Uncle
the
Ray.
show.
Uncle Ray.
I'm sitting on the side of the ramp, and we're also doing some BBs from this.
Yeah, I haven't got one.
You haven't got one?
No.
There's no time for a full rehearsal.
We'll be all right.
Sure.
Just a quick sound check and straight to the dressing rooms.
You won't you tell me your name? I love you when you jump in your game. She hopes
30 minutes to showtime and tension's rising.
Half an hour.
A little anxious, Would have liked a bit more rehearsal today.
This is the only show that has ever been done in New Zealand where I would be on stage and actually be the tallest. This is the reason. You're now finding out the truth, New Zealand. This is the Cuban heel.
Could have been crushed in the bus and I haven't even had a chance to iron that top. Put it on a hot body and it'll hopefully just make those slight creases drop out.
I'm 51 years old now and I'm actually going to do what I want to do in life. And if I want to have a drink before the bloody show, I'm going to have one. Exactly. Shane and I tend to have 2 or 3 before the show.
He's saying that, not me.
We never ever go on pissed. I could never ever do that because I don't rehearse pissed.
You hear all their exciting stories
about what they used to get up to.
Whoa. We're not that bad.
I think we're pretty quiet compared to what they used to be.
We just have 1 or 2 to tickle the cockles of our heart and keep a family tradition and a show. But Richard Burton started it off, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and he's dead.
It's just to keep...
If I just remember my words, I'll be a very happy champion.
Wonderbar, wonderbar. Oh, fantastic.
I shall go and get a pair of cans.
Have a good show.
Okay.
Thanks, Derek. Have a good show.
We're taking, come on.
See the boat.
Let the opera house rock.
come on, come on.
Come on, come on.
Come on, come on.
Come on, come on.
Hey, come on, come on.
Come on, come on.
Come on, come on.
When the curtain goes up and the stars hit the stage, any nerves or tiredness are forgotten. They're old pros, and that joint is jumping. It could be 1968 again.
Yes, they seem to be enjoying themselves. Great to play at this old theatre. It's such a wonderful old theatre.
My favourite song's Everybody's Girl that Larry does. It's great.
She's everybody's girl. She's everybody's dreamer. Everybody's girl. Do you know what I mean? Why does she always listen when I say what's on my mind? When I say
And we've all got bigger bellies, well I have, you know, we've all got an extra chin happening and we're all, I'm 50 years old, but the reality of it is, even when you do a show like that, the energy, you can feel it there, it's in the songs.
I love you, baby, like a flower loves the spring. And I love you, baby, like a robin loves to sing. And I love you, baby, like a stroker loves her spine. And I love you, baby, river deep, mountain high. I love you night all night. I said, river deep, mountain high. If I loved you, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, baby,
Interval, and the crowd response says it all. The show is a hit.
Oh, really enjoying it. Yeah, it's taking us back. Like Larry Morris. Yeah, he's really good.
Lots of energy. Yeah, it's good. That's good. But we're just warming up, mind.
Oh, handsome and tan, but a natural man. And his sandals scraping the ground.
Excellent. Yeah. 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 Good with nostalgia.
I feel young again. I do, I truly do. Have a nice night.
Here come the judge.
For these veteran entertainers, that audience reaction is what it's all about.
Stop eating that fudge, 'cause here come the judge. Don't nobody buzz, 'cause here come the judge. Judge Shorty.
It's memories. The whole show's memories. There are continual highlights. Almost every song where you just go, wow, and the audience does, you can just feel it.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside the door. I hate to wake you up, to say goodbye.
We're all really good pals, and we still are good pals, and we really are. It was a friendship that
And we'd be
was
laughing
sort of
today
deep,
too.
was deep very early, so you keep that friendship right through your life. You know, I think we'll always all be friends and always look out for each other.
'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Susie, I love you so. Hate to go.
Hate to go.
I love what I do. You always get the knockers and the guys who go, oh, he's a load of rubbish or whatever he is. There's got to be something right in it at the end of the day because we're still here.
I'm a certified hippie and I'm into it.
Oh, give me a head with hair, long beautiful hair, shining, gleaming, streaming, blacks and waxes. Give me it down to there. Hair, shoulder length, the dog girl. Here, baby, there, mama, everywhere, daddy, daddy, hey. Blow it, show it, long as I can blow it now. Hey, throw it, show it.
We've got this bond of going through those same experiences, good and bad, all together. You know, and we'll always have that. Probably when we're 90 or 100, we'll still be getting up there and...
I tried to lay a divorcee in New York City. Yes, I did. I tried to take her upstairs, pull it rain. She tried to heave me right across the shoulder. Oh yeah. You know what she did, right? She blew my nose, and then she blew my mind. That's right.
The songs, that's what really keeps this whole thing alive. It keeps all of us alive. The songs will live on forever. We won't, of course.
Come on, Walker, do we have a celebration?
We're taking come on right across the nation.
Well, here I am, 51 next birthday, and I'm still loving it. And I'll do it till I drop dead, I hope.
I love to sing and I need to sing. If I can sit up and draw breath, I will be singing.